using the athletic fields?
No, I think that if we start being nitpicky like that, what if Greensboro says we can't use their libraries and other facilities there? So I think we have to be careful about prohibiting people from our public places like the park, the ball fields. They're going to come watch the games. Grandkids are going to come, grandparents coming in from Greensboro. They're going to be coming in from Reedsville, from other places to watch the game. So if they get a chance to play, that's wonderful. That's what community is about. We're not here to divide. We're here to unite.
Thank you. Becky, a 60-second response to this question, please. You claim that several present council members would not have been elected had minutes from illegal closed session meetings been released 5 years ago as you had requested. The minutes were recently released. What do you think they reveal about the conduct of the council members?
I believe they reveal the predisposition to select committee members based on their own personal agendas, not open them up to the public. It discloses that Bill Peterson had some concerns about electing or selecting Mr. Ray for a committee, which he subsequently did not get on. It shows that government is not open and honest if they're not conforming with the laws, the closed session laws.
Thank you. John, a 60-second response to this question, please. Councilwoman Strickland claims that several present council members would not have been elected had minutes from the illegal closed session meetings been released 5 years ago. She has requested the minutes were recently released. What do you believe they reveal about your conduct and that of other council members?
Back at that time, 2004, 2005, I was not on the town council. I was not allowed to attend the closed session minutes. Therefore, I got a copy of the minutes and I read them, and I don't see anything revealing that was any illegal activity was going on. First of all, if you're going to do something illegal, why would you keep minutes and then open them up to the public for the public to see them, to be investigated, so you could have a criminal indictment? I was not on the council at that time. The water committee that she's referring to, back when I was mayor, I met with the mayor and county commissioners of Rockingham County, and we talked about a water study. And I worked on that about getting water, how we could get water in case Summerfield would ever need water, that we would have a backup plan where we could bring water into the tank. That's the committee she talked about me serving on.
We have 2 rebuttal cards that have been used. Do not know, we'll just go down. Becky, a 1-minute rebuttal.
Mr. Ray said that the meetings were not illegal. Generally, closed session meetings can only be held for litigation, personnel, property acquisition. These closed session meetings were used to appoint committee members. Committee members are not personnel. Therefore, all these sessions were illegal where members were discussed.
And Mark.
Okay. Summerfield has always, since 1996, when it incorporated, had an attorney present for all of its meetings, for all of its closed session meetings, and the councils since then have always abided by their attorney's advice as they do now. During those periods of time, after reading the closed session minutes, and remembering that at all those times, this council was acting on its the advice of its attorney, and thus it was an illegal matter, in my opinion.
Just a break in the action here. I was asked to provide a clarification. The question that I asked Mark and Don about the tax holiday, the town will not receive the $130,000 in sales tax money from the county next year, not for this current year. Mark or Don, does that change your response at all? No. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. I can read, it's not good. All right, we're going to give our timekeeper a break here. For the candidates, a quick yes or no response to the next question is all that's required. 5-second response. Don, we'll start with you. Except when there is a tie, the mayor of Summerfield does not have a vote in cases that come before the town council. Do you think this is a good system? Yes or no?
No.
Thank you, John. Don, your response. Mark, the same question.
No.
Becky, the same question.
Would you repeat the question?
Yes, ma'am. Except when there is a tie, the mayor in Summerfield does not have a vote in cases that come before the town council. Do you think that this is a good system? Yes or no?
Yes, I do.
Rich?
Under the current system, yes.
Diane?
Under the current system, yes.
And Jeff?
Yes.
I thank you so much for that response. Okay. A 60-second response. Mark, we will begin with you. How do you, or do you think the town should financially prepare for such future issues as taking over road building and maintenance, effects of the Jordan Lake watershed rules, possible large-scale contamination of wells or drought conditions that might cause residents to need a different source of water, and so on?
The town has, those are three of the glaring issues that the town is looking at. And they have got to, one, watch their spending as far as not knowing what the next legislature in Raleigh is going to do. And that is one of the reasons that I was opposed to the tax holiday, because it could theoretically throw us all in another year. So the biggest thing is we've got the plan, we've got to fight any Department of Transportation that push in Raleigh to push the roads off on the towns. And that's about it.
Don, a 60-second response to the same question. Would you like to repeat it? How do you, or do you think that the town should financially prepare for such future issues as taking over road, building maintenance, effects of the Jordan Lake watershed rules, possible large-scale contamination of wells, or drought conditions that might cause residents to need a different source of water?
That goes back with my experience. Organize, organize, organize. As a business person, you have to plan for the future. You've got to look at all aspects of what's coming at you or what could come at you. And I think, Mark mentioned about Raleigh. Raleigh is so inconsistent. They have no money, but they want more of ours. They want to keep raising our taxes. So we have to be very careful counting on Raleigh for anything in all reality. They're probably going to help somewhat, but very little. But again, my answer to that is we have to organize. We've got to look at what's going on out there. Anticipate things to happen. And there's this one country song out that I really like. It says, I've already forgot the darn words to it. Uncertainty is certain in life. And there's a lot of uncertain things. You can just count on it to happen. So again, I know I'm repeating myself, but you have to get organized, and we can move forward with an organizational plan in place based on what could happen, what may happen, and what may not happen. I think that's very important.
Thank you. Jeff, the next question is for you, a 60-second response. Summerfield residents, and even those of neighboring communities, have sometimes been appalled at the behavior of current town council. Do you think that their reaction is justified? What, if anything, would you do differently to work with those council members whose opinions you differ with?
Well, in business, I work with people all the time that I differ with, and I think that healthy debate is actually a good thing. So sometimes that means conflict. So I'm perfectly okay with constructive conflict. I would always be professional and above board, but certainly if I'm passionately against something, I'm going to let it know, and I'm going to fight for my constituents accordingly.
Thank you.